months, every day that Parliament sat for the last 3 months. I've been here since the day after the Department for Health and Social Care told me that a no-deal Brexit could well kill my granddad. I've continued coming out here because I love the EU. I don't pretend that it's a perfect system, I never have. But it's a lot better than the options outside of it.
We've got a lot of staff shortages in the NHS, and EU visitors work as nurses and doctors in the EU. They'll be going home, so we're going to have greater problems treating people on the NHS.
Corbyn's come under massive pressure, and he had nowhere else to hide, he had nowhere to go. So he has very reluctantly agreed to this. But in my opinion, Labour, the way they portrayed their voters, particularly in Wales, the Midlands, the north of the country, Labour will get wiped out. They'll just get wiped out.
And do you think Corbyn will be out as leader then?
Oh God, yes, absolutely. Should have gone years ago. He's been an absolute disaster for the Labour Party. Absolute disaster.
There are better leaders. I can name 3 off the top of my head.
Who would you name?
Well, there's Keir Starmer, there's David Lammy, there was a good candidate who's the Mayor of Manchester, David Burnham. These are young, kind of, enthusiastic people who aren't living in the past. Jeremy Corbyn's living in sort of 1960s, Cold War type of politics. He's not up to date. He thinks he's down with the kids, but he's not. He says the right things, but he can't lead. He hasn't got the energy and the motivation. I don't want to be ageist, but he is old. So yeah, we need someone young.
There's precedent for leaders stepping down when they lose elections, but again, we'll find out in 6 weeks' time.
Is there anybody in the Labour Party you'd support, for a leader?
It depends who'd be interested in the job.
Whilst there are certain reasons we have for campaigning to leave the EU, taking back control of our laws and our borders, fishing grounds, our trade policy, that's really paled away somewhat, because now this is more about a fight about democracy. Because we voted to leave, we were told at the time that the vote would be respected, but in fact Parliament has not taken us out of the EU.
We were given bare facts on Brexit. We've got more facts now. Why are people scared to have a second poll to see, what people really want?
I campaigned vigorously to leave. I never thought we'd be allowed to leave. I thought they'd overturn the result. But I've been wrong in one sense. The leave vote has not weakened. In fact, I think it's got stronger. And this has meant that the Parliament's had to go deeper and deeper into this hole of resisting this democratic vote.
We can't make reform in the EU without being in it. There's other things we want to reform, climate change legislation. We can't do that alone. It's better to do that in the EU. That's such a pressing problem. Why would we split off and splinter up this wonderful relationship we've got?
You can show your Brexit up for us.